What's up, guys? Working on the Audiobahn. Got the coil off. Pretty much the best thing to do is get the coil off. First, cut the spider out. Get that out of your way. And then with the coil still sitting in there with the epoxy going around, take a razor blade, cut across the entire coil without damaging the cone. Once you got that done, there's a big wad of epoxy on here. Let me get you a piece and show you. There's tons of it in here. Big wads of epoxy. Listen. Hear that shit? It has leads going through it. But it'll be a piece on here like this. The whole way around there'll be chunks. I just lost it. And what you do is you come in like this and snap it without ripping the cone material. And you get all that off, and your new cone will fit right in the hole. But of course, I'm not done yet. I gotta sand this all out, make this smooth, so my coil just sets right in there, just a teeny snug. There's the piece that was still up in there. So it didn't go up in there far. Went in up there about, let's see, oh shit. Went in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 7/16 of an inch. The lip of the coil was in there. And it wasn't touching. It was a little bit away from the, about a 1/4 inch gap before it actually touched the back of the dust cap. So, now, and you come around here, and I used goof off, put it on there, and don't slash at this, but while it's wet, you scrape back and forth without grinding down, and don't go down into here. Stay on this line. Back and forth until you get all that shit off there. That's all old glue. Now this shit will dry, and it's got a nice hardy cap to bond to now. The surround will go right down on that and bond to that really good now. You get it set on here once. Set that down on there. We'll glue that back down on. Now, I know you guys are saying, why are you using the same cone over? Well, it has a little bit of scrapage, but this cone, this surround's in really good shape. So, and it's hard to match them. That's a nice high roll surround. I probably could find one, but, you know, I'm going to build this and see what happens. Get it up and running. Got the quad, got the glue, got the new spider, got all the clamp for the surround. See, it clamps down with a chunk of metal and Allen wrench screws. I'll have to clean up all this hardware because look how rusty and pitted these screws are. I'll get in there with Q-tips and clean all that out beautifully. And here's all the terminals for the quad terminals. This one's sort of the plastic's sort of fucked up, like it got real hot, but I'll epoxy that and put it down on there. Ain't gonna hurt it. And then all the leads need to be soldered into here, which I don't even know if they're gonna fucking fit, but we're gonna have to make them do. we'll make them do. I'll solder the shit out of them. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to solder that lead into this fucking hole. I'll solder suck these out and I'll solder suck these out and clean them all up, because look at them. You just gotta take your time with this shit, guys. Like this, just doing this process of ripping it apart, you can't just go in there and gash it and slash it. You gotta take measurements. So you know where you're at. So now I got a reusable cone. It's really nice shape. Carbon fiber cone, original. That spider, of course, is completely fucking trash. You can tell just by looking at it. I mean, it's served its fucking time. The bitch has been through the mill. It has ripped fucking tinsel leads and I don't know. It's just the fucking leads on it are burnt. Look how charred. Literally fucking charred. It's from clipping it. This subwoofer was abused and clipped the shit out of it. Somebody was. But yeah, that spider, it's identical to this one. This one's got so stiff. This is like rubbery. What? Is that here in our town? Oh, it's not far from here. Propane. Probably cooking meth. Or fucking some type of drug. Blew the whole damn house apart. And new tonight, multiple people were injured after a house fire in Johnstown early this morning. Damn. To a family member, 8 people were asleep inside 30 minutes from here. When the fire broke out 8 people. 8 people in that house? Holy fuck. The fire started upstairs in a bedroom, but thankfully, when the girl inside left the room, so anyway, we'll pick this up another day. What's nice is I got so many fucking subwoofers everywhere. Up in the attic, I got them here. To throw a set in of anything if I'm bored. Both cars have systems, so it's not like I fucking need it. This thing I built down here fucking pounds. I wonder what that would sound like in a car. One Gothic in that box I built. That's 2 Pioneer speakers, cabinets back to back, glued together, screwed together, and it has a, I did a labyrinth in that. But yeah, man, I just want to get this up and going. I promised my flex video would be a shout out to my bass head, Bass Insane. And a shout out to Fathers of Bass, my main bass heads in this game. These guys are always getting back to me, giving me shout outs. Got my back, holding it down in the states they're in. And I really appreciate it. Oh, and I got the Pioneers all cleaned up. Remember how I told you? Got them looking good. Look at that. Solid wood, man. The other one's way over there. But yeah, I got them all cleaned up. And the shop's coming along. There's a little scan of it. Got my Dremel, my sub shop over here. Hung all kinds of shit and equipment to work with. Got my little amp station here. Check amps, check resistors, transistors, capacitors, you name it. Got power supply on hand. Here, I got a digital one here. I got a little one down there. I got power supplies over on the bench there. I got all kinds of shit. Really, I do. But you gotta have a ton of stuff to start, you know, start being able to work on shit. Oh, babe, and I don't know if you realize I've been keeping all the cell phones that we break and don't use no more. Look at all these. There's an old cell phone. Batteries. Look at that old bitch. That fucker's been around. Been keeping the batteries out of shit. Here's a battery. There's something. If you ever need a part, you'll have it then. That's all we ever use is phones anymore. Fuck, now I'm gonna need a new